And you'll be in London. Whether you believe it or not, the time is coming when you won't need a car to travel.
You won't need the aeroplane to travel. A time is coming. You will just say, I want to go to London. And you will appear in London. All right? Except if you are called who doesn't have it does need a plane to travel. It does. It needs a car to travel too. As you can see. Nigeria. Professor, I beg, give me some motivation, please.
I'm highly disappointed of Nigerian government because the Nigerian government were highly disappointed in them due to foreseen circumstances. Definitely, I'm one of those people are proving people should die in coronavirus is more better than people should die in hungers. Hunger kills more than coronavirus because some people are less privileged. Due to foreseen circumstances that I said it, some people are less privileged, which they are based on daily pay, which are not even based on salaries. But our government thinks that the lockdown is the best solution to coronavirus, and proving it to an extent and to the levels of alacrity that if someone die in coronavirus, it's more efficient to die in hunger, because some people will be at indoor. There's no a way to make our own life. I'm highly disappointed.
You get? Anyway, on that note, I am going to draw the curtain on the, the brunch time today. However, we shall have a calling session, where those who want to add their own voices to this chat, you can have it. I'm going to go on a short break first. So when I come back from this short break, I will take calls. And the number to call is right there on your screen. Use it if you want to be part of this. And let's hope the line works. I hope it does. And when I come back, we'll continue from where we're stopping now. Don't go anywhere.
You get it? Okay. If you don't get it, forget about it.
Thank you very much. Now I have my first caller this afternoon. Is that Chief Adiola, if I'm right?
Chief Adiola, well done.
How are you, sir?
you know why I'm laughing. If you don't get it, forget about
it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, my
sir.
ego. Thank you, my
Please.
ego. It's morning here, so I will not waste your time. I tried to reach you yesterday
Right.
when we were talking about the Doyo Okugbe and Yaya Bello.
That old good
But let me, yeah, let me pick it up from there. If you listen to, and I want Nigeria to pay attention, Nigerians and all our listeners here. If you listen to Onapasa's interview, he mentioned he was very distraught about the appointment of Buala. Now, election and electioneering are started in Nigeria. So, and if you listen to him, he mentioned some names as people that work very hard for the emergence of Kolu.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the three, he mentioned three names specifically. One was Yaya Bello, El Rufai, and who was the third one? That all these people have been left outside of the deal. Now, let's take it back to Buhari's time. When Buhari was the president, the current president was left out of power.
Yes.
In fact, he had to step aside. But when elections started,
point he had to run away from Nigeria too.
At the point,
it was like they were coming for him too.
Yes, yes. Buhari personally went to his house in Bodila.
Yes.
And that was the beginning of his Buhari's
when he came on, they made him a reconciliator for NPC to come and reconcile NPC
exactly
ahead of 2019.
So,
right.
So I want Nigeria to know that that period has started again. The Yaya Bello that went to EFCC by himself is already a settled matter. Yaya Bello, like Kolu is the asset of US. Yaya Bello with his case is an asset for Tinubu's second term. Nothing will happen. Nobody will go to jail under Tinubu. Like we all know, so only criminal can work for this. And that is confirmed even by the former Oshiomhole said it that come and receive deliverance. So the appointment and all the passionate speaking by Dr. Okugbe yesterday is just about that time again that you will see people like that. They are already talking about 2027. Now, during that interview, Dr. Okugbe passionately, he lowered his voice with passion, talked about the stakeholder. He called them the critical stakeholders in Nigeria. And he mentioned T.Y. Danjuma, mentioned all the former presidents.
Yes.
These are the people that have held our nation down without light, without good and everything. And they want us to continue that rotation, that evil rotation among the criminals. North and South, North and South. So that is the theory was propagating.
So
and eventually, believe it or not, you will see a lot of people will be reined in back into the fold, either by force.
What you just said right now will make me also say this. There was a report, because you just mentioned the Hell Rufaya too. There's a report that Peter Obi, Hell Rufaya, Atifku, Kwakwansop, these guys have met and they are contemplating of floating a new party. So
they will all work.
So many young people are going to believe Obi if he says, let's go this way again. Not knowing that whenever they are plotting, the likes of El Rufaya that appears to be in a bad book of Tifnumbu right now could be the new mold in any other arrangements that they are putting together.
See, Obi will be the victim of everything. If Obi wants to, if Obi wants to be president of Nigeria, and he said he's not desperate, he should stand alone and be counted. The moment he aligns with any other person, BAT will win and they will continue to ridicule him. That's one. Let me move to the refinery talk. You see, Nigerians, the bus came out and all the young guys you showed. Like I told you, I'm in my early 60s now.
Yes, sir.
Many of them did not witness the best of Nigeria. The CNG they have gone to talk about. CNG started in 1850. It's an old invention in France. Later, it moved to Pakistan in the 50s, India in the 1991s. I was in India in 1980. When I saw Marwa, Nigeria used to buy brand new car. There was no used car in Nigeria. You will import directly from Sweden, Volvo, Range Rover from UK to Nigeria. Now, when I went to India in 1980, I saw all this Marwa and Tata, all those nonsense tricycle. I was feeling that, oh wow, what a poor country. That is the same India today. That Marwa is almost 5 million naira per one in Nigeria.
God damn it.
That is the technology. The world is going up. Nigeria is going down. The world is talking about solar car. They're talking about electric car, cleaner energy. Nigeria is going back to invention of the 1850s. Now to the refinery. Refinery we know what. See, you cannot cover the truth for too long. You rightly put it that you put it right. You remember when they begin to borrow money to push in for dollars? They say, oh, it will come, it will find. It's now 800. It's now wait it out, Marwa. Let us wait it out. Give it another 6 months. You cannot cover lives for too long. Maybe the next 6 months we will know either they produce or not, and at what price. You just let them continue to blend, and whatever they do is not sustainable. If no be Panadol, it cannot be a Panadol. So if you don't get it, forget about it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I love that, because you see, there's no how many times you repeat a lie that will automatically turn it to truth. If you don't get it, forget about it.
You get it? If you don't get it, forget about it.
That's charm. Hello, ma'am.
Very much. I love it.
Hello, Marco. Good evening. Good morning.
Good morning or good brunch time to you. How are you, ma'am?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, oh. Same, you know. Thank you for asking.
That's good to hear. Because I think a couple of times you haven't done the brunch time because you've been a bit under the weather.
Trust me, I have been, and it's only when I feel kind of like better, when I know that I am not going to be boring to all of you here, is when I show up. The weather is
let me assure you that you're never boring.
Well, it takes a lot, though.
Never
so
boring
thank
at all. I listened to your talk yesterday, and today as well. And I think the only things I really wanted to touch on was that Portharcourt Refinery.
Please.
I think Nigerians, when they say, somebody has Nigerians mumu button, I think whoever is in charge has Nigerians mumu button. Okay?
And they know how to press up.
And they know how to press it. They told you that the Portharcourt Refinery is working. Michael, please, we're in November, right?
Mm-hmm.
And December is next month, the last month in the year, right?
That's right.
And it's supposed to be the festive season that we're entering into, where they know that Nigerians will immediately enter into frustration, some people with depression because the year has been a terrible year. And then all of a sudden they told you that the Portharcourt Refinery is going to work. And I think one of the callers yesterday told us that made the mention that the bags of rice the cost of a bag of rice was coming down, right? And all of those things, there was a story they used to tell us when we're young about this rat, some kind of rat that will, if they are biting your feet, yeah, it will blow breeze at the same time.
Yeah.
Just to give you that sensation that something bad is not happening to you. That is exactly what Nigeria is like right now. People that are like, they're strangling you. But instead of killing you outright, they will release that the hand they're using to strangle you, so that you can breathe in some air. You know, think that you have hope, and then they'll come and press it again. That's what this whole story is about. That is what, you know.
And
just
it's really unfair, Charm. Honestly,
it is demonic. It is demonic. It is evil. It is wickedness of the highest order. They have no intention of releasing Nigerians from the bondage or from the economic hardship that they've already put us in. They've already subjected them to, right? They have no intention of doing that. What they want to do is just, give people, tell you, oh, there's light at the end of that tunnel, there's light, and then they will squash it again, right? Because the one that is even coming is worse than what we've passed through. That's what Nigerians don't understand. There's no Portharcourt refinery that is miraculously going to work.
I mean, how can a refinery start working last night and this morning is loading? Who does that now? Come on, man. How?
That's why I said they have Nigerians to move bottom, because it's almost as if we are void of critical thinking or analysis, or just take a pause and take a moment.
So much that they need a break. They need a good news, something.
They need a good news.
When they give them one, they are actually desperate to want it to be true. So if you come out and say this thing doesn't look real, they will attack you and abuse you, that you are the ones who wants to kill their joy.
Yeah, exactly. You are like a joy killer. You don't want us to be happy. That this thing is working for us. Nothing is working for anybody in Nigeria. Nigeria has to wake up and smell the shit that is around them. I don't want to say coffee. Coffee is more like how will I put it? It's for rich people. We are poor.
Coffee is for the elites.
It's for the elites. Let's talk about let's smell the shit that is around us, because that's what is happening. And then a lot of things have been happening with this Tinubu's government. You see all the useful idiots in all their, in all their various shapes and sizes. Two-Face, and who is the other Mumu that was beside him? Like you rightfully said, how many of them are using cars that have CNG?
None of them.
And even if they beg them tomorrow to use that CNG just for show, they still will not do it.
No.
They tell you about bulletproof. How stupid can you be?
What's the correlation with cylinder
what is the correlation between cylinder and bullet? The gas, is it coming in the shape of pellets or what?
I wonder how.
Tell me that it is explosion proof, then start maybe actually understand what it is that you're saying. When you're telling me it is bulletproof, I don't know what you're talking about. You are stupid. Because that thing is not bullet.
Skit makers, comedians, to go and take a look at something so technical and as a CNG, right? Something as technical as CNG, and they believe that Nigerians will probably buy it just like that. Like, what are they
thinking? Because the country is devoid. The majority in that country is devoid of critical thinking. They will see, famous faces like Two-Face and the other idiot that was there with him. Both of them are useful idiots. They'll see the two of them and I say, well, okay, CNG is all right. After all, Two-Face said it and this other idiot said it as well. Let's go and buy CNG, and then it explodes and you die. Who are you going to blame for your lack of thinking skills? Did they tell you that they have what they call it? They're using CNG, or that they will buy CNG for any of their
they are not.
Their own people?
If you want to,
they're not going to do it.
To promote such, right? It will be better for what is his name? For example, Two-Face, okay, to take his car. Like, you do a documentary, say, this is my car, I'm taking it for conversion now. Then you convert it, you put your family inside it. Then you travel from Lagos to Benue. You get that now?
Exactly.
And then you can easily say, I'm pumping gas into my CNG tank now, and I'm going to drive. This is what it cost me, 20,000 naira. From Lagos, now I'm going to Benue State, Makurdi.
Yeah.
So when I get to Makurdi, I will show all of you the meter again. Then you drive, you put your family inside the whole thing, then you drive from Lagos to Makurdi. When you get to Makurdi safely, then you do the video again and say, see, I'm now in Makurdi. See, look at me, this is Makurdi. We arrived safely. We are going back to Lagos again in this CNG. That's how you do an advert to convince people.
My ego, you see that one, self, let me just say, me that I know myself. Two-Face has to show us minute by minute that he traveled from Lagos to Makurdi. Okay, you're not going to tell me that he started the journey in Makurdi, then leave it blank, and then tell me from the minute one. No, don't switch off your visa. Yeah, I will not believe him. Let him move from Lagos minute by minute that he got to that Makurdi. Don't worry, we'll stay and we'll watch.
Anything APC, you have to touch it with a serious skepticism. It's normal.
Absolutely, because that is where the country has gotten us to, right? There are just two things I want to add because so that other people can call.
Please.
Now, I've listened to I listened to a lot of people, activists out there talking about, how we need to elect more honest people or more activists need to get into the politics and everything. And what is clear to me is that people really need to, maybe we need to start giving people subscriptions to Maigu's Diary Political, right? So that they can come and listen to you talk. Because I understand the depth of the problem that we have in Nigeria. The depth of the problem we have in Nigeria is not that we cannot elect honest people. It's that the criminals that you have in power are so ingrained that for you to say that the only way to resolve that issue is by electing honest people, is like you're not telling yourself the truth, right? And I say this because I also listen to Aisha Yusuf, and I really admire her activism, but I feel sometimes that she's, she hasn't really thought about it critically. Now, we had the Edo election, right? They went, they campaigned, they did a lot of things. At the end of the day, what happened? APC won, right? Even in places where you would have thought they wouldn't have won.
Yeah.
Okay, they did that in the same I think it was Osun State, or was it Ogun State that had
Ondo?
Okay,
Ondo started from Kogi. Kogi. Then Edo, then recently Ondo, and they are going to go on.
Okay, and all of these places. What does it tell you? Coupled with the fact that we have a criminal, what they call it? God, all my English is failing me right now. The judiciary. Yes, we have a compromised judiciary, right?
Right.
So there's so many things that are going on in the country that for you to say that we should wait for an election. 2027, so that we can
decay. That
exactly,
you cannot have any real election anywhere in Nigeria.
You can't.
Forget it.
It ought to be clear to people right now that we shouldn't be talking about elections. We should really be talking about how to eliminate the current, the current people in power, right? How to actually exercise the decay that is already in that country. We shouldn't be talking about elections. We have no elections. Everything that what we have here is that we just
they have thick scores. I said they have a thick scores in that place, man. That all these things they may sound good to them.
I tend to agree with you.
Yeah, they sound good to them, but they will tell you it's impossible to do. So they would rather just go with the status quo, hoping that these guys will make mistake, right? And then they will be in charge.
They won't. And does it look like they're about to make mistakes?
No.
It doesn't work that way.
No.
They don't look like they're about to make mistakes, at the end of the day. And even if you think that, for goodness sake, and I keep repeating it here on this platform because I feel like a lot of people don't really understand what it means to have an active CIA asset as your president.
They don't.
It's like, for me, I feel like something new happened to me when you mentioned when you brought that news to us, and it wasn't you bringing that news to us. It is a verifiable fact that
that's right.
This man is a CIA asset who is the current president of Nigeria. It should tell you that you don't have a country. You don't have the freedoms that you think that you. Yeah, exactly. You don't have the freedoms that you think that you have. You don't have a democracy. Whatever you have is an illusion. It's an illusion of democracy. And until you remove such entities from your politics, right? You don't have a country. People talk about constitution, and you've said it here multiple times on this platform that you cannot ask these people to tell themselves that they will no longer have a job. The thing, what we need to do here, what we really, really need to do, is to get rid of Tinubu.
And everything that's the only way with him. Everyone,
and everything, and exactly everything, and everyone who is associated with Tinubu needs to go. When we kid ourselves and we fool ourselves that we can change the trajectory of the country by just electing honest people, we're really, really fooling ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay. We're really making asses of ourselves. And I think like the previous the previous caller said, right? I'm talking about elections and OB and all of that. right?
Coming together. They said they are forming a opposition, strong opposition.
You see, you know, when I joined your platform, right, I was very pro Obi, right? But after listening to you, after, you know, all the facts, everything that you shared,
everything that happened,
everything that's happened, right? I like Peter Obi, I do. But I don't think I can support anyone who wants to build in Nigeria with all the current, you know, fault lines that he has, right? When I say fault lines, I talk about things that are unjust, the wrong constitution. Are you going to tell people in the people who own resources south, where they ought not to own those resources, that you're going to come into power and you're going to change that? Now, if you're not saying that, if you're not talking about changing the constitution, if you're not talking about revamping the election process or changing the judiciary whole and entire, right, then I don't see why I'm supporting you. Because even if you make Nigeria work again, right, and people are able to, you know, you have all of these industries and everything, as long as you have those fault lines that will, you know, cause problems down the line, it only has to take another dishonest politician, right?
Somebody else can come in and just reverse everything.
Exactly. It's only going to take another criminal, another CIA asset.
Charm. Obi did all he could, and if somebody that succeeded him was like Obi,